One of the key things I've realised, and something my partner and I have been working through for a while now, is that I don't seem to know what happiness looks like for me. And the challenge with that is, if I don't know what happiness looks like, I'm constantly scrambling around for ideas, constantly trying to be happy, find happy times, find happy moments. And what I realise has gone on here is that because I don't know what makes me fundamentally happy, I've bounced around from things that make me happy. And in doing so, I've not allowed myself to properly absorb, think about, digest, meditate on what it is that makes me happy. And I realised that since I'm fundamentally unhappy, I can't find happiness, I can't be settled, I can't find joy. And the thing is, I'm not motivated by money, really. I'm not motivated by all of the material trappings of life and stuff like that. I love being around people, I love being in relationships, but the problem is, because I don't know what a healthy, happy relationship properly looks like, I've made a mess of that. And what's important to me are people. But again, as I pointed out, I don't know what a healthy, happy relationship looks like. It was quite a sad realisation a few months ago when I realised that there's only one woman in my life that I've ever been faithful to. I'm 55 years old. And that hurt. That was a painful thing to accept. And I know that I may get a bit of flack for this, but I just don't care. Now, being honest here, in my search for happiness, I sought whatever happiness, whatever good feeling, whatever joy I could find. And sadly, I failed to appreciate that my unhappiness meant that I couldn't be happy in a relationship. I did not know what that looked like. Did not have, I guess you could say, the emotional maturity to stop and think, am I happy? And if I'm not, what makes me happy? And so one of my self-destructive behaviours, the self-sabotaging behaviours, especially in relationships, was not being honest, not being faithful, finding joy in the bed of other people. And that was painful to come to terms with. It still is painful to think about. So, one of the key questions I'm asking myself, and have done for a number of months now, is what is happy for me? What does happiness look like for me? What does contentment look like for me? And I have to admit, right now, I'm really not sure. But I know one thing is absolutely certain. Being dishonest, being unfaithful, is not the route to happiness. Not for me, and not for anyone. And yeah, I've not been good enough. I've given myself emotional hell for this over the last few months. Especially since my actions have upset other people. Now, I can handle being hurt. But what upsets me the most is hurting other people. And it hurts. It hurts. So, my mission over the last few months is to come to terms with this. To accept that there's not a lot I can do about it now, other than to perhaps go back to one or two people and apologise. And I have started that. But also then to work on a way of being faithful now. Faithful to my partner now, which I am. And to work on what happiness looks like. So I don't continue this behaviour of just trying to find happiness wherever I can find it. Especially in relationships, without fully understanding that happiness is what you make of it right here and now. And Yeah. Yeah.